Commissioner Michael Copps. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Chairman Markey, ranking members Barton and Upton, members of the committee. This oversight hearing could not have come at a better time. The FCC is lurching dangerously off course, and I fear that at this point only congressional oversight can put us back on track. The chairman is proposing that just 2 weeks from now, the FCC open the door to newspaper broadcast combinations in every market in the country. At the same time, we have given short shrift to pressing problems like the sad state of minority ownership of U.S. media properties, the obvious decline of localism in our broadcast programming, and a DTV transition that holds real potential for television outages and a consumer backlash, the likes of which you and I haven't seen for a long, long time. My written statement discusses how we are flubbing, I believe, the DTV transition. The ownership proposal in front of the Commission has been portrayed as a moderate relaxation of the newspaper broadcast cross-ownership ban in the 20 largest markets, but look carefully at the fine print. The proposal would actually apply the same test in every market in the country. That's right, any station can merge with any newspaper in any market. The only difference is that in the top 20 markets, you start with the presumption that you meet the test, while in the other markets, you don't. But here's the rub. The 4 factors proposed by the chairman are about as tough as a bowl of Jell-O. You don't even have to meet them all. It's just a list of things the FCC will consider. Given how the FCC has considered media regulation in recent years, I have about as much confidence that a proposed combination will be turned down as I do that the next commission meeting will start on time. The ownership process here has been no better than the proposed substantive outcome. The Commission conducted hearings, reluctantly, on ownership and localism. Yet I cannot find anywhere in the pending item the citation of a single citizen's testimony. Was public comment without value? Is such comment extraneous to our decision-making? And why were some hearings called with such little notice that people often could not attend? There are other process breakdowns attending this proceeding which time precludes my discussing. Inadequate studies, items written and even circulated before the comment period closes, and so on. We need a process that allays distrust rather than one that creates it. To me, this is just nuts. We are rushing in to encourage more consolidation without addressing the real damage consolidation has already caused. We haven't systematically addressed the fact that in a nation that is almost 1/3 minority, people of color own 3.26% of all full-power commercial television stations, women 5%. And we wonder why minority issues and minority contributions to our culture get such short shrift and why minorities are so often depicted in caricature. Is our response to this really going to be to take the smaller stations where the few lucky minority owners happen to exist and put them now into a big media bazaar? And to put such stations totally out of reach of aspiring women and minority broadcast entrepreneurs who still don't have the incentives that they require to become owners? Is the response to the decline of localism really going to be to encourage more one media company towns, often controlled from afar, rather than instituting a real honest-to-goodness licensing renewal system where the presence of localism and diversity determine whether a broadcaster gets to keep his license? And please don't tell me that a little localism tweak here or there can fix the problem, so don't worry, go ahead and vote to loosen the rules now and we'll be back to do a better job later. I think we should all want a comprehensive localism package now, such as we were told was coming when the localism proceeding was initiated, rather than rushing ahead to encourage more of the consolidation that did so much to diminish localism in the first place. What we have here is an unseemly rush to judgment. A stubborn insistence to finish the proceeding by December 18th, public and congressional opinion be damned. When overwhelming majorities of citizens oppose this, when members of Congress write to caution us every day, and when legislation to avoid a 9-car train wreck is being actively considered on Capitol Hill, I think the FCC has a responsibility to stop, look, and listen. The stakes are enormous. I know a little bit about the history of this country, and I know how precious media is. The diversity and creativity of our culture can be encouraged or discouraged by media. Media can reflect and nourish these things or shove them aside, and there has been too much shoving aside in recent years. Our civic dialogue can be either expanded or dumbed down by media. Lately, our policies have encouraged an erosion of the civic dialogue upon which the future of our democracy depends. I hope the committee will act to save the Commission from itself. Thank you for the opportunity to testify, and I look forward to our discussion.
Thank you, Commissioner Copps, very much.